So we're back at it today in the steam plant. Down there is our problem area, and I am standing on the top of a large steam turbine generator. So I brought my secret weapon, and his name is Peter, and we think we've figured out what the heck is going on with this buzzer phone system. And the answer lies partially in the new wiring done for those modern electric heaters right there. See that newish conduit there? Going down? Well, when they put in those electric heaters, they broke the other stuff.
So, after tracing more conduit and wire, we have discovered that the whole thing is a fairly simple 3-wire circuit. We have power coming in here and goes to all of the buttons, which are off on their own little branches. And when a button is pressed, power comes through and goes to the middle wire, and all of the horns and all of the lights are powered by that. And then the neutral return wire is that third one here. So most of the conduit has 3 wires going through it, which are white, red, and black. But the button-only branches, they only have the 2 wires, and that's, for example, what you see right here is a branch that just has the, you can barely see a little bit of red on that one there, so this is like a red and black, or whatever colors they were using in that. So that's a button branch there, and that actually goes down and goes to a junction box there, and then it comes back up over on the other side there. So the problem that we're still trying to trace out now, I think, is when somebody installed that heater up there, long after this plant was no longer in use, they stole the power from the whole alarm circuit to power the fan at the back of that heater, and now the whole alarm circuit is disconnected and unpowered. And then at some point, somebody like wired it so that that one horn and light would work on the switch, but none of the others. So we have to figure out what to do back there, and it's a giant pain in the butt, because if Sarah points you here, all of the wiring we need to get to is in a junction box behind this 500-pound piece of slate with meters on it and pipes going into it that we don't want to have to take off the wall. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do here yet, but that is the current state. So, Sarah, we are back at the steam plant again on another day.
Yep.
What are we going to do today?
So we have a plan, and Peter kind of drew out what he thinks the circuit looks like, and we found a few junction boxes that we want to check out and see if they are places where we can put power into this circuit. Because right now we figured out that the circuit over there behind that big triangle board, there doesn't seem to be any power going there. So we think that maybe that part of the circuit got cut off at some point. And let's go to the other side of the circuit now and see where we can inject some power into this. So
Okay.
we just checked the downstairs office, and we found that there's nothing makes sense for power there.
Well, let's go take a quick look at what we checked, because it did give us a clue.
Foreman Powell. See that?
Yep.
So up here, this box was our first thing to check, mostly because it's easy to access. It's not, somewhere stupid. And okay, so we have some telephone wires going through here, and that's fine. We don't care about those. And then we have 2 wires coming in from the hallway, and then we have 4 wires going out up there, that way. So
I propose we go upstairs and see where that goes.
okay. Yeah, because the whole thing is, it would be much easier to figure this out inside of an office, right? And not hanging from a ladder somewhere in the middle of the plant.
Which
So-
is what we were doing last time.
Right. I gotta replace the rest of these bulbs. With me? You don't find power there.
What's all of this stuff here, Sarah?
Power board. I think I talked about this in my previous video.
Right.
Motor exciter.
Right. But none of this is what we're interested in today.
No, but I want it to be. I want to make it go. Number 2 motor generator. And there's the DC for the overhead crane. Okay, so we were just below this now, and this office I think is pretty promising because we already have 2 phones here, and there's a button right there. So this magneto system. And that conduit comes up right here, which this looks kind of cool. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, come here, take a look at this. This is it. Oh my God, okay. Okay, this
So
is...
That's obviously a relay of some kind.
Right.
Oh, and look at the label on that knife switch there.
What, this one?
That one there.
DC 2 push buttons. No way, they run on DC. That makes so much more sense than our AC theory.
Doesn't it?
Oh my God, so we thought that there was live like AC hot and neutral going to each button, and that would have been like super bad, but whatever, it was 1903, rules don't exist, right? But it makes me much happier to see that I think what's happening is the buttons are closing a DC circuit to this relay, and then this relay is closing AC contacts to the horn and lamp, which is, wow, much more better, right? So here, let's see that. So here we've got coming in, and then we've got the DC out to push buttons, which goes out that way and then down into those pipes. And then we have battery supply, telephone, horn, and signal horn. So those are some other horns that need battery to horns. And this is the relay that closes those circuits. And pump house line switch, and then here is a terminal block on the left that's got phone wire, more phone wire. Can you get the flashlight in there on the left, Peter? Power, operate, and operator engineer's office, operator engineer's office. So this is the telephone terminal block here. This is where all those connect to.
And
this must be outside telephone here.
that certainly looks like
This is, you know,
that's a classic protector block.
yeah, right.
Lightning
And
protector for
we have this pair here,
box
which
line.
definitely looks like not a new pair, but this is, you know, I would bet that this was put here by the telco.
Yep.
Okay, all right, so.
All right. So here, I'm going to give you the screwdriver. I want you to, Sarah, I want you to very carefully, with the insulated screwdriver, operate that relay. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Nothing. All right. So I guess there's
The power is
no power in this box at all.
currently off. I wonder where the power came from.
Well, that's what we're going to find out here in a minute. Okay.
So in this box, we have 2 knife switches, 2 relays, relay number 2. And we have determined, after hooking up a DC power supply, that this relay operates the horns up there. That's a 110 volt DC horn right there. So when we power this knife at 110, or sorry, we're only shoving 50 volts through it right now. That is horns letter A. And now this relay down here, this is hooked up to the magnetotelephone circuit. And if you point the camera at that relay nice and close so you can see it, and I spin the magnetophones, that powers that lower relay. So there's at least two different circuits in here. There's the DC, what we think are probably the button buzzers, and there's also the phone, the internal magnetophone system. What we don't know right now is where this relay gets its power, because this one's obviously for the phones, and okay, that's fine. What's going on with this one? And I think that's probably where we're gonna go next. But the nice thing is, I'm gonna flip the camera around. The nice thing is, hey Peter, that this is starting to feel consistent. And if you've ever done troubleshooting before or worked on a complex system before, you know the feeling when you go like, maybe, yeah, and then things start adding up. So that's where we're at right now. We're gonna keep working, and we will get back when we have something else to explain, because I have to put the phone down to work. So we're taking a little bit of a break. I've always wanted to walk up here. Now during break time, I get to do that. There's Peter and Eric. Sorry if you have a fear of heights. I apologize. This is the ladder I get to walk down in a minute.
That looks like an okay ladder, Sarah.
All right.
Okay, it's just a little bit.
Here, hold my phone. It's video's happening.
I'm going in, hold my phone.
Yeah.
Call emergency.
Yeah, if there's any,
For 911?
yeah, if there's any evidence, you know, that I'm doing stupid shit. Wow, this ladder's really sketchy. All right, give me that thing. Wow. If I'm not back in like 2 minutes, avenge my death.
So look up above you and you'll see the air shaft going up into the bottom of the generator.
Oh, wow.
There's a cooling air.
Oh, and there's a door there to clean it out.
And then there's a middle part, which is the air coming back out.
Oh, this is a fire.
And then there's the drawbridge over there.
What the heck is this thing?
That's the damper.
Weird.
Yeah, you don't get lower enough? I mean, for you?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
It's coming down. I'm clear. All right. Yeah. Oh, it's like little louvers here. I sense some outside. That's where I'm hiding when the zombies come.
Where does that door go?
That just goes out the other side.
Oh, so you can get in here from either side.
Yeah.
So this is what Sam just said. This is the bottom of that horizontal generator. Whoa. And in case you were wondering, don't stand inside, no floor. Not a floor. So this is, again, under the big horizontal generator that's mounted up there on the second floor. This is that dark wall there is the casing of the generator. So the generator is actually sitting on the floor, but half of it is below the floor. Kind of in this empty space here. And I can't walk down there for reasons. So that's the room we were just in a second ago. Here's the access door for that. It says hot. And then here's the way up. Ladder. All right, so we figured it out. So, it works. Yes. Okay, let me explain what we've learned. Let me explain what we've learned. Come with me. Come with me on this incredible journey. Peter identified which two wires going in here were the power wires. And if you remember this is the hallway I started off with the last video with this big guy here. So we traced the DC circuit once we found the wires in that cabinet. It was easy enough to trace it right here to this Allen Bradley box. And this is an AC relay that's currently now on. It wasn't when we found it, and this is a big rectifier here underneath this heatsink. So that thing wasn't on. There was no power going to that, but that looks suspiciously super new, right? Over here, so we traced the power wire for that back this way. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And to this board here, and it was this switch. I put that label there, 110 volt supply DC. This switch turns on the AC to that relay and that rectifier bingus over there. And then once we had that, we turned the switch back off, hooked the power back up to the box, and then pushed the button and a horn goes off, which is great. Also, while I'm down here, we figured out that this is the 600 volt power supply for the crane. It's not on right now. I've already verified that. So that's also super new stuff. That's for the crane, plugged in right there. And then if we go back upstairs, now that the DC is on, everything in the box has been buttoned up. But if we push button over here, we get horn. The other thing we found is that this guy on the board bloop, is actually connected to the lights up here. Hey, Sam.
Hey.
So we've got some lights.
And that is a two-way switch so that you can run the lights on the batteries in case you absolutely need to.
Yeah. All right, so there's a magneto telephone down there behind this pipe thing, but Peter, go ahead. Cool. Cool, yeah. Okay, Peter and I are walking up to the coal pocket to see if the buzzer works up there. One moment, gotta pause. Just gotta... cool. All right. All right, Duck, you coming, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Goose.
Oh. Y'all have been here before with me, right? Remember the last video going up these stairs? All right, I need both hands.
All right, so do I have the honor?
You have the honor. Let's see if it works. Yes, it does. It certainly, certainly does.
Certainly do. All right.
That is terrifically loud.
Horribly loud.
You want to push it again?
No.
It's just like, no.
Here, I'll hold the camera and stand way back here. All right. Go for it.
Okay, so all I gotta do now is put the rest of these buttons back together, so the next thing to do here, the next mission is gonna be to get the rest of the horns working, which is not gonna happen today. I gotta go to actual work this evening, and that'll be a different day that we'll come back and do that. So for now, I'm just super happy that we have this much of it figured out, and all of the buttons seem to be doing what they're supposed to do, which is very cool. So get this back together, we'll do one final test, and then we'll be good for today. Oh, also, let me forget. The other thing we have to do is actually get the telephones themselves to work, and that will also be another sort of another job that we need to do here. So that'll be another thing, getting the telephones working. That's sort of a goal B, I guess, secondary goal. I don't know. Because there's multiple subsets of this system, and you kind of got to divide and conquer. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the follow-up. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll keep plugging away at this. See you next time.